We love each other. What are you going to do about it?
Johnny, recently we rated the good Lord's progress on how he was faring in developing our reality, and he didn't get a very high score. He only got 2 out of 10. How would you rate the human element of progress then? You made that bloody question up. No, it's a legitimate question. It's from here somewhere. Well, it doesn't matter. We did do a hard-hitting expose, a report card on the good Lord. And as you said, Johnny, the good Lord didn't come out looking too bloody good. But the main thing about all that, Johnny, is that the good Lord foisted all this bloody responsibility on us. He did his half-assed job making the world, and then he expected us to fucking fix it up. And by and large, Johnny, we haven't done a very good fucking job about doing that either. Oh, Johnny, you bloody full of... And as I said, the Lord put it all upon us, all this bloody burden of responsibility. Yeah, well, he did sort of bloody put the bloody pressure on us, and it was a bloody lot of pressure too. We've been under a lot of pressure in the last 20,000 years to fix things up that he didn't do himself. He put all this bloody responsibility on us, and he just let these half-assed apes run around aggressive. So let me get this straight. You're blaming God because he did a half-assed job in making the world, not providing enough food and enough bloody brains and all that, making us aggressive and all that bloody stuff. You're blaming him on one side, and on the other side, the fucking humans aren't pulling their weight either. Is that what you're saying? I mean, we categorised the good Lord's progress, so we'll do it with the human progress. Yeah, we got to do things fair. We'll tackle world hunger. Yeah, world hunger, because, for how long have we been bloody hungry? And the human race, apart from God, the human race has known about it for a long time, and we've done fuck all to fix it. Well, yeah, but we have to... Yeah, fuck all, because there's still people in Africa, millions of them, that haven't got enough to eat, in India that haven't got enough to eat, and all God knows what other bloody countries. Yeah, we've had a long time to bloody get it right, yeah, that's for sure. Now, let me put this to you, Johnny. You know that there's people starving in the world, don't you? Yeah, we've known about it for a long time, yeah. And everybody else around here knows there's people starving in the world. Yeah, I suppose. And the governments all know there's bloody people starving in the world. Yeah. And the United Nations know there's people starving in the world. But for fucking 10,000 years we haven't even fixed it. Again, it's been a... And then there's the war situation, Johnny. We've been having wars for fucking 100,000 years. Wars have been a long-term problem. And as I said, the Lord put it all upon us, all this bloody burden of responsibility, to put all this bloody responsibility on us, and he just let these half-assed apes run around aggressive and having wars and everything. And he said, you can all sort it out. It might take you 10,000 years, but you'll sort it out eventually. Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, you were. Now, I don't think that's a very good way for the Lord to act, but that's what we're stuck with. But in all those years, Johnny, we haven't bloody curtailed wars and fighting and Christ knows what. There's wars every bloody day of the year.
While it was the barbarian invasions that eventually brought down the empire, the causes of Rome's fall were vast. Rome saw massive issues due to the colossal size of its empire.
Yeah, the Romans, they thought everything was bloody. But if you ask bloody Julius Caesar, God rest his bloody soul, if you ask Julius back in 15 AD or whatever it was, Julius, do you realise that in a couple of hundred years all this bloody splendour will have just have fallen into ruin? Do you think he would have believed it? But Johnny, I don't think he would, or I think he would have been aghast.
The Western Empire began to fall into bankruptcy as the Eastern Empire contained a majority of the wealthy provinces, while many Western provinces were focused on agriculture and were much poorer. The funds of the Western Empire were also devastated due to constant war. Whether it was barbarians at the gates or internal civil wars, the Western Empire was in an almost continuous state of conflict and therefore required a very large army.
The U.S. military machine is a fearful and gargantuan beast. Last year, the U.S. spent 37% of the entire global defense expenditures, worth $688.02 billion on its military. The The White House's annual spend is the equivalent of the next 7 biggest defense spenders: China, Saudi Arabia, UK, India, France, and Japan added together. America doesn't just have some of the most advanced weaponry at its disposal. It has about 800 military bases outside the United States, and it swells the annual budget.
And here's another bloody thing I'll put to you. What's the purpose of society? Or what's the purpose of society? Well, we have to be society, social, don't we? It has, society. Is it just to exist, to go along and keep the wealthy people wealthy and the poor people poor, and we'll just fucking trundle along with no particular direction? Is that the way we want to bloody build a better world? Well, I suppose back in the bloody cavemen days, Johnny, just dumbass, you know there's inequality in the world, don't you? Yes. Everybody out there around here, they know there's inequality in the world. We've known about it for a long time. Governments know there's inequality in the world, and there's inequality in air. It's very unequal. But nothing seems to bloody change. Right, right. The poor people of the world have got to rise up, Johnny, and now make their bloody plight known. And say we're not going to put up with it anymore. An uprising? Johnny, are you advocating a violent bloody uprising? Is that what you mean? How can you have one bloke worth $200 billion and you've got people in Africa still bloody starving in the 21st century, for Christ's sake? I mean, what sort of a society condones that? A pretty shitty society, so I'm giving human society in 2022 a bloody 1 out of 10. Now let me get this straight. Do you reckon the whole human race for the last 10,000 years has done bugger all to improve itself? Is that what you're saying? A bloody 1 out of 10. Johnny, it's been a bloody ripping interview again. Thanks for your time. Whatever, Johnny. See you later,